Hello. Welcome to the third edition of the Spring 2011 Haskell News. I'm Ricky Barkowski. With each new semester comes new financial strains on Haskell students. One thing that lightens the load is Pell Grant checks, and it's that time of year again. Kyle Brent has more on the story.
In the coming weeks, Navari's Business Center will begin handing out Pell Grant checks to its students. All are excited, but some wonder, why does it take so long?
I really don't know how long it should take, but I do think it takes a long time. So it would be at least helpful if somebody told us why they were taking so long.
To help shed some light on many of the questions students are asking, I went to Rita Brewer in financial aid. We try to get it the best we can in a 4 to 6 week period. We take off the names of the students that did not show up, then we verify if they are 12 hours, which is full-time status, or if they are below 12 hours. Then we have to make adjustments on their Pell. We also have to wait for the drop and add period, which is usually a week after school starts. With a complicated process of verification over who is still eligible for Pell checks, students will have to practice a little patience until the process can find a way to be less difficult. For Haskell News, this is Kyle Brent.
Haskell students, writing a research paper and need more sources? Tammany Library has the solution for you.
The library has implemented 3 new databases into its system, as well as adding on to the existing database EBSCO. For the time being, the new databases are only trial versions that will expire in about a month's time. However, the library plans to implement most, if not all, the databases into its system. But how will these databases differ from the current ones? We ask academic librarian Beverly Fortner.
Our current databases are, we've purchased them through a subscription with our consortium. We belong to the Kansas City Public Library Consortium, and so we've just gone with what they've had. But now that we have some monies through a grant, we're wanting to expand the database packages we can offer to the academic community here at Haskell. So we're looking at 3 new databases: JSTOR, Project Muse, and American Indian Culture and Thought. And they're all geared more towards scholarly and academic journals. So we're hoping that it expands the access to electronic versions for articles that faculty, students, and staff are wanting to find.
The links to the new databases are available on the Tammany Library website under the announcements section. Students, of course, are urged to ask questions if they would like more information. The library reference desk is open Monday through Friday and Sundays, and the staff can be contacted by phone call or email. This is Ricky Barkowski reporting, Haskell News.
Wrestling is the sport of choice for a group of young Native American athletes. Jamie Scott has the story.
The Lawrence Elite Wrestling Team is a local kids wrestling organization in its first year. Their mascot is the Griffins, half eagle, half lion, in honor of the 2 mascots of the local Lawrence high schools where some will be attending soon. Kids from 4 to 5 to 14 years old, mostly boys and some girls. They practice at Free State High School Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Almost a Haskell-based team with a lot of children of students or staff.
I love the wrestling team as far as like skill building and just getting the experience out there. It's a pretty good team.
The commitment of the athlete is not only measured by one's strong will to win, but the work ethic and dedication is a major factor of these young men. These young athletes have the patience to learn and develop fully as wrestlers, gaining the skills and the dedication that not only goes well on the mat, but as well off.
You got different walks of life, gets people to see different types of people.
The Griffins practice 3 times a week for 2 grueling hours of conditioning and technique drilling that seems endless. On Saturdays and Sundays, these kids don't get to sleep late. Competitive tournaments require even more dedication and commitment, demanding lengthy traveling time to a 7 a.m. weighing, wrestling their first match by 9, and sometimes wrestling until the early evenings if these kids are fortunate enough to still be winning.
Winning more and working harder, and I think the kids have really carried on what we started with the other program and have become really good wrestlers with this Lawrence Elite program.
With districts and state championships arriving in March, the Griffins are scheduled for a few more tournaments, and their season is coming to an end in early April. With hopes of districts and state qualifiers, we wish the good luck to the Lawrence Elite Griffins. Jamie Scott, Haskell News.
Haskell Basketball Games hosted their last home game this past weekend. Elena Strobel has the update.
On Friday, the ladies played against College of St. Mary at Coffin Complex. They fought hard throughout the game, which led them to victory with the final score 64-54. The top scorer for Haskell women was Jamie Senegal with 18 points. The men hosted against Bellevue University. With 22 turnovers and 41% shooting, the Fightin' Indians couldn't keep up with the opposing team, costing them the game. Final score was 87-47, with Joe Thompson as the top scorer for Haskell with 10 points. Between the games, the seniors were honored. Candace Yazzie, Autumn Burt, and Christina Balone were presented with flowers, balloons, and other gifts. The seniors on the cheer team were Barb Dude, Lauren Kelly, and Margaret Katzik. They were presented with bouquets of flowers. Jimmy Wilkett was presented with a Pendleton blanket for his hard work on the men's basketball team. Saturday afternoon, both men and women's teams faced Peru State College. It was a very well-matched game for the ladies, but the last moments, Peru scored, making the final score 67-65. Sherelle Begay led the team, scoring 14 points. Haskell men hoped to raise the crowd's spirits. They played hard against Peru and came out victorious with the final score 61-58. Trey Osborne was the top scorer for the team with 13 points.
After 40 years of coaching various sports here at Haskell, Coach Phil Homeratha has decided to step down due to extenuating medical circumstances. Eli Anderson has more on the story.
Homeratha's last game as coach of Haskell's Lady Indians basketball team was Saturday, February 19th at Coffin Complex against Peru State College. During halftime, Homeratha was honored for his 40 years of service with achievement awards and a Pendleton. Homeratha students, past and present, share their experiences.
He's always encouraged me to that we are student athletes and to put my academics before school or before sports, and to help me get through school, or else I wouldn't be able to be eligible for ball or doing as well as I am in my academics. We had our ups and downs with each other, but he is a really great man. I appreciated all his time that he put into this. It's sad to see him go.
For me, he's just, a lot of hours have been spent in this gym, and there's been many lessons that we've learned in this gym. But I think the number one for me is work ethic and working hard and putting in the time. And if you put in the time, good things are going to come out of it.
When asked about his years at Haskell, Coach Homeratha had this to say.
The only thing I hope that they can do without me is keep that level of intensity that I demand. And the other thing is continue, they're good kids, the ones coming back. Continue your good habits. You're very teachable. And listen to your coach. And to people coming in, this is a heck of a place to be. You know, and it should get better, so. I think, to make a long story short, the whole thing has been good. The whole thing has been hard. The whole thing has been, I've satisfied a lot of my expectations to myself as an educator, number one. I think the biggest thing when people ask me, why you, Phil? Why are you guys successful? I think when I recruit a kid, they believe in me. They want to come to an Indian school. They don't come just because it's free. Right. They don't come because it's an alternative. I've turned a lot of kids down. If I gotta prove to you that you're Indian, I don't need that. Right. And so they have a commitment. And then I make that same commitment to them. You know.
This has been Eli Anderson reporting for Haskell News.
That's all for today, folks. Thank you for watching this edition of the Spring 2011 Haskell News. I'm Ricky Barkowski. Be sure to check us out on Facebook and YouTube. Onward, Haskell!
England.